All right, we'll go back into Laker offseason now. And the thing that I'm most excited about, because as you guys were worried about, like, the age, how old they're getting, right? Like, you made a joke today on Twitter about calling them the Expendables.
Pretty much, Expendables 4. That's what we are this year.
Well, the thing that I thought was a bright side, and I think you guys could, if you guys could back me up, I've said for the longest time that I would like Kendrick Nunn to be a Laker.
Yeah.
I wanted Kendrick Nunn because I was like, when it comes to the Miami Heat, they did not utilize him
at all.
At all.
Yeah.
And Tyler Hero was always sick. Dragic was hurt. I'm trying to think. They had Oladipo towards the end. And then it was just always a crowded backcourt where, like, anytime he had the opportunity to shine, he did it. So I was surprised that the Lakers did actually end up getting him.
Yeah.
And this is another crowded backcourt situation, but I think this is an opportunity for him to shine in this case.
He's going to fill that Kuzma role, right? Where the expectations are there and he's going to deliver?
Yes. And the difference is... Yes.
Quote me on that.
And the difference is Kuzma hit his ceiling with the Lakers because he's like, I don't know how to do it. And, like, Jordan Clarkson was the same way where it's just like, I can't do this role after you guys had me as a star or as soon as, like, I got the blessing from Kobe. So, like, it kind of was a blockage in their mind for them to grow. Like, it was kind of like some sort of growth block happening for them. So I think with Kendrick Nunn, he's very self-aware. And in this case, he has a lot more opportunity to grow.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's a great signing by the Lakers. And I think Kuzma he was feeling himself, man. He's out here in Los Angeles, he's living the life. And
he has a bad bitch as a girl.
Yeah.
Posting selfies.
So fine.
Oh,
but so he's living the Hollywood lifestyle, and his lifestyle wasn't matching his on-court skills. So, Nunn's a great pickup, and I think the Lakers he'll do great for the Lakers, 100%.
Yeah, and then also they signed Malik Monk, who I was always a fan of.
Yeah.
He's from Charlotte, and Malik Monk is a shooter. I compare him in terms of, like, comparisons with other players. Like, I know sometimes, like, you see in NBA 2K, they're like, this player in the draft prospects kind of like this person, right?
Right.
This guy reminds me of my favorite type of prototype of the player, which is a Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, somebody that could come off the bench and get a bucket, especially a three in this case. So Malik Monk, look for him to try to do the same.
And that's our youth, right? Just two guys?
Talen Horton-Tucker.
Hey, it's 3.
He's 20.
He's 20. There we go. So we're not that old, guys.
What if it was like, a lot of people think politicians, like, steal, like, the age of, like, what if, like, LeBron just goes, come here, Talen Horton-Tucker.
Yeah, I should end up on some QAnon website. We're like, did you know the Lakers suck blood of their bench?
And you see Talen Horton-Tucker just show up to a press conference, like, pale as hell, just like,
it
was a long, it was a long practice.
LeBron told me I have to say I'm tired. And not depleted of plasma or blood or whatever.
Whatever he calls it. And you just see LeBron come out with some wine. He's like, I'm good. Stop. You want to try?
You hear it here, folks. So it's Zach. before, yeah, I don't know. But that would be funny though. I'm not gonna lie, that would actually be
Maybe
funny.
it's true.
It's just he has his mask right there where it's like nose is not covering it, and you just go.
I have a soul in my body.
It's like, what if it's like the cup and like the ghosts are trying to come out of the cup? And it's like, oh. Hi.
So that was you hotboxing before the show.
Yeah, well, on mushrooms, I believe. Yeah. I wish they gave that to Westbrook, because I really want Westbrook's. Well, maybe they could give him some shooting ability. That's really it. That's my biggest concern is because that was the reason why I was upset with Westbrook, because I was like, oh, we needed somebody to shoot. That's why I wanted DeRozan or Lowry or Buddy Hield, which I think is still kind of in the cards. But with Westbrook, it's like that was only my biggest concern, because look at last season. I mean, we had no shooters. So, but now we do. So little by little.
Yeah. Westbrook, okay. Westbrook's going to take the ball out of LeBron and Anthony Davis's hands, which we saw. Like, Vogel has the offense set up to where the system is dependent, not independent, but dependent on those two that have the ball at all times. So I think, like, what is the lineup going to look like? Is it going to be Westbrook, LeBron, and AD, but is AD going to be moved to the 5? Because, like, if it's just one shooter on the floor, like, you're going to have 3 playmakers essentially.
So, starting lineup. So, obviously we know LeBron, AD and Westbrook. And who's going to be the other two then?
So would you put Dwight? Because that makes sense to me.
I
For
would.
the center, right? Yeah.
I would. Either at the 4 or the 5.
I would put okay. So Dwight at the 5, AD at the 4, because he's. I like AD. I was about to say soft, but like I don't want to add like AD is my favorite player on
Injury
this team.
prone.
So,
Yeah,
he's
oh,
injury
sorry.
prone. Thank you.
Excuse me.
He's injury prone. Thank
Yeah,
you.
a little bit.
I feel as if injury prone is a softer term than soft.
or street clothes.
Pretty close, yeah. Hey, we had to pay Jake for that joke,
yeah,
by the
yeah,
way. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll take Venmo. We're good. Cash App.
Let me send it to you now.
But okay, so shooting guard would be. I saw Trevor Ariza. Someone said
That's
Trevor.
right. I forgot about Trevor Ariza.
Trevor Ariza was another name that we did not mention. Sorry
I
about
thought Ariza was 36 when he played the first time with the Lakers. I forget. Damn.
He's a spring chicken. Yeah. When he made that steal against the Denver Nuggets in Game 1 of the Western
man.
Conference Finals, yeah, that was.
Yeah, no, I love Ariza. I like the pickup. He's a little older now, but he'll be serviceable for the Lakers and their purpose. And yeah, I love Ariza. I've always been a fan of Ariza.
And I kind of feel they're kind of riding on Talen Horton-Tucker to be, or to at least grow and be a little bit more skillful with his shooting and stuff. So I don't know if he's gonna have a starting spot, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a huge contributor this year, more so than last year.
And I think by next year, THT's an all-star.
Yeah.
100%.
I would put Malik Monk over Wayne Ellington. I know a lot of people were trying to put him as a starting shooting guard, but I think Malik Monk, who is younger, and with Frank Vogel, it's just like, dude, like he needs defense, so Frank Vogel can pressure him, and that's a better lineup to him having a help defense at least with LeBron and AD on the floor. So I would prefer Malik Monk to start over Wayne Ellington.
I would too. I like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, what other team is going to be, I guess, a threat to this team that you can kind of see, or do you like kind of foresee any bumps in the road, like the Suns? Do you think the Suns are going to be a problem?
No,
right?
They had their one and done, and I'm not speaking as a company man, but I think if the Clippers make the signings they need to make, they're still in it.
Yeah.
Denver's still going to be strong, but I don't fear Phoenix.
Can we talk about the Chris Paul contract real fast?
Yes, please.
4 years, 120. What do you want to talk about?
So 4 years, 120 million. It'll pay him through his 40th birthday, and he, at the end of that contract, he will have made over $565 million in contract money, which is over $130 million more than LeBron James and Kevin Garnett.
Wow.
Number 2 and 3 on the list.
Mike is on it.
And
So
no
what-
championship.
And no championship. And I was about to say, and we have kids starving. A lot of.
You know the homeless problem in LA, Chris Paul? You can help us?
Just right down the street, you can see that.
You were a long-time Clipper. This goes to show how selfish you are.
He's on the all-ski mask team. And I'll tell you why. He's robbing people of money his whole career, flopping and everything. He's on the all-ski mask team. Feel free to use that.
He's on the all-time selfish son of a bitch team. Like he's absolutely never sacrificed anything,
No,
be
he
it
hasn't.
contract money, be it anything like that, to make the team around him better. I mean, maybe he thinks like because he's president of the union that he's got to be like, oh, I got to get everything for me because I'm president of the union and everybody's got to be It just makes no sense to me that someone this late in his career would want to take max contract at that age after being so close when he probably could have taken less money and maybe the Suns could have signed another player to help them maybe get back to the finals.
And DeAndre Ayton is on his final year of his contract, who was, by the way, not that long ago, a first-round draft pick or a number 1 pick in an NBA draft. So this means he's coming off his rookie contract. He had an extension that was not that much. So you stole DeAndre Ayton's money. You also are touching Devin Booker's money. You're also touching money that could have belonged to Cameron Payne, but he instead went to the New York Knicks. So, yeah, Chris Paul's getting old, and a lot of people are like, well, LeBron's getting old. At least LeBron has options.
Yeah, and he's a much better player than Chris Paul. He has more skills.
Absolutely that. And first thing I think is, well, who else can they add to their team to like make them better? Because they're still going to be the same, if not less, than what they were
Yeah,
this
they
past
didn't get
season.
better at all.
Yeah. So
Chris Paul's hamstrings always give up at the end of the year.
And let's be honest, y'all. They had the easiest ride to the finals.
absolutely.
Every
Anthony
team.
Davis was hurt.
Yep.
Second round was a team without Jamal Murray, the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And then Kawhi went out just the series before against the Utah Jazz.
Exactly. So easy ride. I don't see them going back to the finals at all. Book it.
Book it.
Lakers in 5.
And plus, they were this close to winning a championship. Had that catastrophic injury, it was like to Giannis, if it actually was catastrophic as it looked.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Like, if no Giannis was there, what would have happened?
Oh man,
I feel like the basketball gods were like when his knee was about to bend backwards. It went, no, don't do that.
They just hold it.
Stop it. We can't let this guy win.
Just to keep Chris Paul ringless.
Yeah.
I would say, but back to your original question, what team? Obviously, the Brooklyn Nets. I feel as if this is a collision course for the NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah.
KD, Kyrie, and Harden versus LeBron, Westbrook, and AD.
And they got Patty Mills today or yesterday. So, yeah, the Nets got better.
Yeah.
So, which it's going to be up there with like WrestleMania 3 with Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant because that
greatest WrestleMania ever.
Oh, ever. That NBA Finals is going to be insane because you have that's the one thing that hyped me up about Westbrook because you know how much he hates Kevin Durant and he played with Harden again and that didn't work out. So it's like, hey Westbrook, like get over here. You want to attack these guys? I was like, okay, join our team. We'll beat these guys up. And I feel like it's like a gang now. It's like gang war. It's like LA versus New York, West versus East. And I kind of got excited with this. So we have, LeBron, AD, and Westbrook versus those three. Like let's do it. It's gonna be a slugfest. I'm excited for it.